Hello and welcome to another set of readings of Lotus Love Tarot 555. Okay, you guys, today we're going to do your Twin Flame Soulmate reading. And this is for March going into April. And as usual, I want to say thank you so much for all the love and support you continue to give to our channel. Thank you guys so much. You just have no idea how I read all the comments and how you just continue to touch my heart. Don't forget to join our Patreon. Okay, our Patreon information can be found below, especially if you like to look at the extended. That's a good deal on being able to look at our extendeds and also our weekly energy. Okay, now for the Twin Flame Soulmate reading, this is going to take you from March all the way into April. Okay, and also you can apply this to your sun, your moon, your rising, and for some, even your Venus sign. Hello to our cross watchers out there. You all, there's no time on this reading, okay? So it could have happened 3 months ago, could happen today, it could happen in the very near future. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Lotus Love Tarot 555. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, you guys. And right next to the subscribe button is a little bell. Hit that bell, and every time I release a reading, you will be notified. Don't forget, if you are an Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or possibly even Jupiter or Mars, I did an Aries reading for your season, okay? So make sure you check that out. That's about an hour-long video where we go over everything in depth. I'm going to start doing that for each sign as the seasons come in. So make sure you look for that reading. I think it's under seasons, or maybe signs. I can't remember. But anyway, look for that reading as well. And I actually did a reading for Saturn's return into Aquarius for all the signs too. So make sure you look at that. And have I done any more? I think that's it. I feel like I've been doing a lot of readings lately. Of course, go and check out your new moon reading. Okay. All right, you guys. I think that's all for the announcements. And I think we have shuffled cards enough. And we are ready. I will be doing an extended on these. And the information pertaining to that can be found below as well. Okay? All right. I think they are good and shuffled now. On to your reading. Hello, my Sagittarius. Okay, you guys, let's get right into your reading. And I was looking back at your reading from, what was that, February going into March. And it said that relationship, wow, could possibly be over. So, there was trouble in paradise. So let's just see where you are now. The first message out or messages will be for you. We'll put those right here. And the next message or messages out will be for your partner, and we'll put those right there. Do be mindful now that the messages can flip-flop, okay? So if it doesn't relate to you, it will relate to your partner. All right, so let's just see where you are. Holy Spirit, Divine Spirit, the universal messages need to go forth for the sign of Sagittarius as it relates to the twin flame soulmate relationship for March through April 2020. Messages need to go forth for the sign of Sagittarius. What messages need to go forth? Okay. Any more messages for the sign of Sagittarius? Wow, this one landed directly on top. I mean, like directly on top. So there's ooh, we got a lot to read on that one too. Make sure we don't have any flippers in here. I mean, directly on top. Like somebody was giving that person a piece of their mind. So let's see what that is. All right, this one says, I just wasn't ready for you. Wow. I just wasn't ready for you. I should have been more honest with you about how I was feeling at the time. So, I mean, this is like a conversation going back and forth already. Somebody saying I just wasn't ready for you. And this person said I should have been more honest with you about how I was feeling at the time. And this one says, I'm sorry I couldn't do right by you. Wow. Sagittarius. Somebody just wasn't ready. Somebody's realizing now that they should have been more honest about something at the time, but they realized that I'm sorry I couldn't do right by you. It's like they wanted so much to do right, but they probably didn't know what they were doing. This could be a twin flame relationship. Because somebody's saying where they were, they were not ready. They were not ready for this relationship. They weren't ready for where they went to with you both, okay? And this person saying, I should have been more honest with you about how I was feeling. I really feel like this is the same person that's saying that. I really do. Maybe that's why this one landed on top of there. Because I feel like this person, I feel like this one goes more with this partner here. Yeah, it feels better to me. It really does. I should have been more honest with you about how I was feeling at the time. I just wasn't ready for you. Yeah, that's why that one landed directly on top of there. This person could be feeling this a little bit too, but I feel like it's more so this one because it landed like directly on top, and it feels right. It feels right coming from this person. And this is the person saying, I'm sorry I couldn't do right by you. Which what they're saying is that I'm sorry I wasn't who you needed me to be. Right? I'm sorry, being who I was, you weren't ready. And this person should have been more honest about how they were feeling, right? Wow. So let's just see where we are going with this. Do y'all come back together? Do you split up? Are more people involved? Let's see. Whatever's happening, it's happening fast. Because I just saw the Ada was actually slowing down. And somebody's like waiting in a panic state a little bit. Maybe they're waiting for an answer. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Holy Spirit, Divine Spirit, universal messages need to go forth for the sign of Sagittarius as it relates to the twin flame soulmate relationship for March through April 2020. What messages need to go forth for the sign of Sagittarius? Somebody's weighing their options. Just saw the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Two of Pentacles in reverse. No, they're not weighing their options. The Two of Pentacles in reverse, they're kind of confused about the decision. They're feeling overwhelmed about what they have to do in making this decision. So they could be making a decision about you, Sagittarius, or you're making a decision about somebody. Oh my goodness, why is this shuffling like this? Scorpio shuffle was crazy too. Oh my goodness, that one, did you all see that? That one literally just like flew out of the deck. Oh my goodness. I mean, literally like just flew out. Sheesh. Any more messages for the sign of Sagittarius? Are there any more messages? Anything else for the sign of Sagittarius? I'll shuffle 3 more times. Okay, Sagittarius, that's it. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Whew, my goodness. Okay. Okay, my Sagittarius. All right, you guys. You do have an angel number that's coming through. Okay. You actually have a couple. You start here. You're starting your reading with a 9, but then you move to an 8. Okay. So that shows me that you're kind of going backwards a little bit. So you need to be going forward. Don't regress, right? Go forward, okay? Go forward. Make sure you're doing things, you're creating activities for yourself that's going to open up your mind so you go forward in life. Don't do things that's going to set you back, right? Okay, and your angel number is actually 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4. So make sure you look up that angel number and see what that means to you. See what the messages are that are coming forth, okay? This card right here, this is the one that literally like just flew out of the deck. I mean, just flew out. Unbelievable. So we'll get to that in a second. You also have another angel number is a 4 here, and it's right by an 8. So you have 444 as well. 444. So make sure you look up 444 and 234 for additional messages. All right, so you could be dealing with a Virgo, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, okay? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Wands here could be you, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. And once again, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. You are in your head a lot. You're thinking through a lot, okay? All right, so let's just let you see what the cards are. You have the Hermit, the 8 of Swords, the 4 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, and your overarching energy is the 3 of Swords, but it's in reverse. And I'm glad it's in reverse because that means that you are recovering from something. You are wanting to forgive something. You're trying to move past a situation, okay? I feel like you're trying to move on from something, but forgiveness needs to be there. Also, just showing that your heart was broken about something, but you're recovering from it. You're recovering. And by this being swords, again, you're kind of thinking what you need to do, what you needed to do to come out of this broken heart space. Okay? You went and you went to a spiritual, you asked God, you meditated, you prayed because you really wanted your path to be illuminated with this answer. This is spiritual guidance here. This is your path being illuminated so you would know which way to walk, right? This is also going within for clarity. You didn't want to ask anybody. You didn't want to go to anybody. You wanted to go within yourself to find what the answer was that you needed. What was your personal truth? That's what's coming out of this card for me, for you. And this being coupled with the 8 of Swords, this is where it gets a little testy, because this was a self-imposed infliction. It's like you did something that you brought harm to yourself and it didn't have to be, okay? This is self-imprisonment. This is isolation. Like you went by yourself, but you put yourself in this like mental bondage when you didn't have to be, because this is the only thing you needed to do. This is all you needed to do, but you put yourself in this mental bondage, okay? You isolated yourself when the answer is right there. So whatever you inflicted upon yourself, it was no need to do it. But I think you did that because you were wanting long-term security. You were guarding your heart from someone or something. And you felt like you needed to do this in order to get to this point of, how do I get that long-term security in my life? What do I need to do? This is all you needed to do. Just seek guidance from the Most High, from the one that sits high and looks below, right? Some say, spiritual guidance. Some say special power. Whatever you call this illumination of taking you to the next level. That's all you needed to do. That's all we ever need to do. Because you've been waiting for results. With this 2 of Wands, the way that card flew out of that deck, this is really, you making this choice has been something serious for you. It really, really has. This 2 of Wands, waiting, trying to decide, making a choice. What do I do? And look, he's looking in the direction of, once again, the Hermit. Looking in the direction. Asking guidance. That's all you needed to do. Just ask. And your path would be given to you, right? If you're really, really serious. And don't inflict yourself with harm. Making bad choices. Don't do that. Isolating yourself. Don't do that, right? Yes, we all want long-term security. We got that. But how we go about getting it, right? Looking back up here with your messages, I just wasn't ready for you. I should have been more honest with you about how I was feeling at the time. Well, that has caused this, because you probably imprisoned yourself because you felt bad about where you were in the beginning, even though you want long-term security. Okay, even though you want this, but now what you're doing is that it's like you're backtracking, saying, you know what, I'm going to ask God about what I need to do with this. Because this time, the next choice I make, it needs to be made through a spiritual awakening. It needs to be made through the right way, through the right choice, instead of something that I'm wanting to do, because every time I make the choice, I inflict pain upon myself. Okay? And so that's why I'm understanding now more and more what I need to do, and I'm recovering from that, right? I'm recovering from the situation. I'm moving on. I'm forgiving myself or forgiving someone that may have hurt you, or you may be the one that needs to be forgiven. Okay, however which way that look. But this person said, I'm sorry I couldn't do right by you. So it all depends how these messages are resonating with you. But we're going to go into the extended now. Let me just see what's going on behind here. Yeah, we're going to go into the extended to try to get more clarification about this situation. And we're going to pull some advice for you from the angel answers, just to try to give you some advice on how you need to proceed into this. And hopefully, you know, we'll get more understanding of what is happening with these people here, okay? With this couple here. Be more specific in where their minds are, okay? All right, you guys, if you want to do the extended reading, information pertaining to that can be found below. All right, meet me on the other side.